Good afternoon, students. In our previous practical, we discussed that all commands which is used to construct 2D sketches. Today, we'll see constraints. There are different constraints, and with the help of that constraints, we can simplify our 2D sketches. So, let's see use of each and every constraint. First of all, we'll see the types of constraints one by one, and then we'll see how to use it. So this is vertical constraint. Then second one is a horizontal constraint, perpendicular constraint, coincident constraint, midpoint constraint, tangent constraint, symmetric constraint, equal constraint, and parallel constraint. So there are total 9 types of constraints, and these are the most important for simplifies your 2D sketches. First of all, we'll construct one 2D sketch. So this is my 2D sketch. Now, first constraint is vertical constraint. So with the help of that, we can able to use we can able to vertical or any line. Suppose this line is slanted here, and if you want to use if you want to be this slanted line in vertical position, so just click on vertical constraint and click on that line. So it get vertical. So let's see, the V symbol indicates that this line get vertical. After that, next one is horizontal constraint. So with the help of that vertical constraint, we can get vertical any kind of line. Next one is horizontal constraint. So similarly, suppose if you want to draw this line horizontal, then we can able to use this horizontal constraint command. After that, perpendicular. So suppose this angle is 115, and if you want to draw this line perpendicular to this horizontal line, so at that time we have to use this perpendicular constraint. So just by clicking on perpendicular constraint and click on first line and second line, so the line will be get perpendicular to each other. Again, suppose this is on to horizontal. So by clicking on horizontal constraint, we can able to draw this line in horizontal way. Let's see. This is horizontal. So this is our object. Now, okay. After that, next one is next command is suppose parallel constraint. When we want to draw two lines parallel to each other, then we have to use this parallel constraint. Suppose these two lines should parallel to each other, then we have to use parallel constraint. So let's see how it works. First of all, click on parallel constraint, then click on first line and click on second line. So let's see, there are one symbol, parallel one. It indicates that these two lines are parallel to each other. After that, suppose if you want to change the angle, that means this line should be perpendicular to each other. So at that time, we have to use perpendicular constraint just by clicking first line and second line. It gets perpendicular, and these two lines is parallel to each other. Next constraint is equal constraint. Now this constraint is used to provide equal dimension or same dimension to each line. Most of the time in drawing, there are the same or equal dimensions for two objects or two lines. At that time, we have to use this equal constraint, and with the help of that, we can able to provide equal dimension for two lines. So let's see how it works. Just click on equal constraint, click on first line, and then click on second line. So here L1 and L1. This L1 indicates and this L1 indicates that these two lines having equal dimension, and the dimension is nothing but equals to 20.08. So in this way we can provide equal dimension for different lines. So these are the constraints. After that, next constraint is symmetric constraint. So for using symmetric constraint, we construct first center line. After that, okay. So if you draw one line, and if you want to this line is symmetric to this center line. Symmetric, that means the dimension of line is should equal or same at the both side of that vertical center line. At that time, we have to use this symmetric constraint. Now if you draw this horizontal center line, then it is not symmetric. Symmetric, that means the dimension is not equally divided on each on both sides of this vertical center line. If you want to this, then we have to use this symmetric constraint. So first of all, click on symmetric constraint, then first mention this center line. That means click on that center line. After that, click first point and then click on second point. So by clicking these 2 points, then this line gets symmetric with this center line. And here is one arrow, and this arrow indicates that these 2 points are symmetric about this center line. So this is all about our symmetric constraint. Then let's see next constraint. Suppose if you draw one line here and one circle over there, and if you want to be this line is tangent to this circle, then we have to use this tangent constraint. So just by clicking on tangent constraint and by clicking on line and this circle, then here this capital T indicates that this line get tangent to this circle. This similar is used also for arc. Suppose this is 3-point arc, and if you want to be this line tangent to that arc, then again use tangent constraint. Just by clicking on arc and by clicking on line, then it get tangent with each other. So let's see this tangent point. The line is passes from tangent point to that arc. After that, next one is midpoint. So this is the constraint which is used to highlight midpoint of this line. Just by clicking on that, then by clicking on next line, so it indicates that the midpoint. So if we click on if we use this midpoint constraint, which is used to find the midpoint of our line. And next constraint is, and last constraint, that is coincident. So let's see what actually it is. Coincident. Okay, so this is one of the circle, and if you want to coincide with this intersecting point, coincide. So that's why use this coincident constraint. First of all, click over there, then click on that midpoint and just click on that intersecting points. So now this circle is coincident with that horizontal line. Now just by clicking midpoint and then vertical line. Now it get coincide with this vertical and horizontal center line. In this way, the all 9 types of constraints are used, and these constraints are used for simplifies our 2D sketches, and with the help of that, we simplify our 2D sketch and we able to draw our 2D sketches at a very fast rate. So thank you. In our next lecture, we'll see how to construct 3D parts. So thank you everyone.